I think we use playing as a teaching method for our grade 9s because playing games can be very interactive and it engages everyone. I think it really motivates everyone to stay focused and to participate. An example of when we use playing as a teaching method was probably on the first day of school. In particular, when we were playing 64 squares, I did not see anyone left out during that game, and not only did they have fun, but there was also a more meaningful purpose to playing that game, which was paving your positive high school path. Link concepts we learned during our August training was yes and, go big, and total support. An example of when I used the yes and concept was during our Cocoa and Cram event. When I was trying to encourage kids to come to Cocoa and Cram, someone replied with, "I'm going to the library instead," which I then proceeded to respond to that with, "Yes, and Cocoa and Cram is the exact same thing as the library, with people there who would be glad to help you, and there's free food." An example of when we used the go big concept was probably when we decided to have a flash mob for our Halloween event. We didn't know how the grade 9s would respond to that, but we just had the go for it mindset. An example of when we used the total support concept was probably on the wellness fair day. Our group was pretty nervous to present to the grade 9s, but we all believed in each other and we had total support. One of the most important things I thought I should teach my grade 9s was to definitely get involved in high school. I think getting involved in high school is a great way to meet new friends with the same interests as you. So on the first day of school, I remember one of my Link kids named Emma saying that she really enjoyed swimming, and she also swam outside of school competitively. So when Miss Morris and Miss Rowe sent me an email about the info meeting for a swim team, I went to find Emma and asked her if she wanted to join or to at least come to the info meeting, which she did. I think the most challenging aspect of my Link crew was all the different characters we had in our Link group. I remember on the first day of school, there were people who were very nervous for high school, like I was in my group, and at the same time, there were people who were very confident and excited for high school. With all the different characters in our Link group, my Link partner Johnny and I still had a positive mindset. We realized that even though they're all pretty different, they also had one thing in common, which was that they were all starting a new chapter in their lives. A leadership characteristic that makes me unique is that I am an empathetic person. Being empathetic means that I am approachable and that I'm always there to listen. I made it very clear to my grade 9s that if they ever needed anyone to talk to, that I was going to be there for them. A proud moment I had was probably when my friend opened up to me about a personal struggle she was going through. She told me that I was the first one she was going to tell because I was a very accepting person, which meant a lot to me. A component of the community which I think could be improved is probably more interaction between each grade. Even though the grade 11s talk a lot to the grade 9s, I think it's still important for every single grade to interact with each other. So a way we could improve this is probably with spirit weeks, maybe having teams like grade 11s and 10s versus grade 12s and 9s. That would be cool. The most important thing I have learned from Link is that it is super important to step outside of your comfort zone. When we did that activity in Link, where we had to draw a circle of things in your comfort zone and things outside of your comfort zone, it made me really realize that I'm probably missing out on a lot of opportunities. I then decided to set some small and big goals to really help me step outside of my comfort zone. Some small goals would probably be asking more questions in class, participating in class, and a big goal was probably joining the cross country team. These steps of stepping outside my comfort zone really benefited me and really made me realize that change can be a good thing. As for the future, I think stepping outside of my comfort zone will create many opportunities for me, like maybe scholarships. And I also think I can also motivate other people to step outside of their comfort zones too.